Hello YouTube, I'm back again. On a very bright day by the looks of it. Pity I have no professional equipment to set this up with or anything, so never mind, I'll crack on. Thought I'd show my PS3 collection today. Again, it's not a massive collection, not like the 361, but I'll show you what I got, shall I? I mainly go for exclusives, by the way, on these things. There's a couple that aren't, but just go for what I can't get on the 360 mainly. First up is 3D Dot Game Heroes. It's like a pixelated but 3D old school top-down Zelda clone. I think it's getting quite sought after now. I bought that ages ago when it was nice and cheap though. Luckily. What else we got there? Next up, I can never pronounce this, is it Agorest? Dunno. Haven't played it. Someone on Facebook was selling it cheap, so I grabbed it. We'll get it at some point. Get through it. Next up is a pretty cool looking steelbook, I think. I haven't finished the game, but I've got quite far through it. So I'm not going to say anything because it will spoil what's going on, well, what I know so far. Beyond Two Souls. It's made by the same people who did Heavy Rain. So if you like that style of game, give it a shot. Up next is two games from a series. First up is Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice. They're tactical RPGs. Most people know what the Disgaea games are by now. And Disgaea 4, Forgotten Promise. The fifth one's available on the PS4, and those two I think are available on the Vita as well. And to be honest, I'd rather play them on the Vita, simply because they're more fitted to a handheld. Where you can just pick it up, play it for a bit, because they go on forever. Next up is Doctor Who, The Eternity Clock. To be honest, I haven't played it. It was cheap, thought it's different. It's done by Supermassive Games, that's why I grabbed it. They're the people who did Until Dawn. So, I really enjoyed Until Dawn. But that doesn't look like it's going to be anything of the same calibre. Up next was Ferrari Challenge. I picked this up for an easy platinum, which it was pretty easy. This is getting very bright in here. Yeah, it's an alright racer. If you like Ferrari, you're going to like it, but yeah, I only got that for the trophies. Next up's a pretty cool RPG. A lot of people are looking for now. I've seen it quite a few times, quite cheap, and glad I picked it up when I did. Was Folklore. Yes, it's one of the earlier games. No trophy support or anything on this. But yeah, if you like quirky RPGs, go for it. This one isn't an exclusive. Can't talk. But when I picked it up, it was timed for a little bit. But sadly, the servers are shut down on this now, and I can't finish it. It was rather glitchy. I finished it on the 360, but I will go back and do what I can for the trophies on the PS3. Ghostbusters. I have to have every copy of everything Ghostbusters, because as you can probably tell from the background, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. But yeah, that is what the last movie should have been. Up next is a series that I have not started, but I've been slowly gathering them all, so I can give it a proper playthrough. It's God of War 3. Well, to say I haven't played them is a lie. I played one of the ones on the PSP a long time ago, Chains of Olympus or something, which I did enjoy, so I will get through these. Apparently this is one of the worst ones popping up now, which is God of War Ascension. Can't say much about these, so just get through them. And there's the God of War collection, which is 1 and 2, remastered in HD. But I need to get hold of, there's a second collection one which has the PSP games on it, so I'll grab that at some point. Up next is a game that really bugs me because I can't get the platinum on it, because I missed one online thing of uploading something or something. I can't remember what it was, but that one little tiny easy bit will stop me from platinum the game. Also the fact that it's ridiculously hard, but I could do it probably. Gran Turismo 5. I have Gran Turismo 6 as well, but I think that may be downstairs, because I'm currently playing through it. Okay, yeah, that's in there as well, but doesn't look like it's in my pile. Up next is a bit of a weird one. You will know it is under a different name. You will know it under the name of Africa, but this is Hakuna Matata. This is the Korean version of Africa. All it is imagine Pokemon Snap, but with real animals, going through Africa taking photos. It's quite sought after. I don't know if the Korean version is. I don't even know why I have the Korean version. Just stumbled across it. Game I mentioned earlier, so if you like Beyond Two Souls, it's Heavy Rain. Good game. Not much you can say without spoiling the story of it, but if you've ever watched any YouTube videos about weird endings or twists that come out of nowhere or cringy scenes, you've probably seen the entire game. Up next is an awesome collection, which I've got the reversible sleeve on it at the moment. It's Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. To be honest, I haven't played the remaster of Ico yet, but I have gone through Shadow of the Colossus. Awesome game. Another one you can't really talk about, otherwise it's just a game you have to play. These next two coming up I haven't played, but I have played the one on the PS4. So I bought these afterwards to give them a shot, but I haven't got around to it. It's Infamous. And the cat's trying to get through the door again. Infamous 2. Up next is a HD collection of one of my favourite series of games of all time. Is Jak and Daxter. I've platinumed the first one on here. I started playing the second one, but I haven't finished that one yet, and I haven't tried the third one yet on here. But yeah, great games. Second one, pretty difficult game. Up next is another weird collection game. I've only played one of them on here though, so far. It's the Journey Collector's Edition. It's got Flow and Flower on it as well. I've only played through Journey, but I will play through the others at some point. The only problem with me playing my PS3 games is I've only got a 40 gig PS3, and I could upgrade the hard drive. I've got one lying around, but I've installed Gran Turismo 6, which takes up the entire hard drive. So playing other things at the moment is a bit of a nightmare. Up next is another trilogy game. I've only ever played the second one on this trilogy, but I'll have to give them all a shot. It's Killzone. I have a feeling there might be servers offline on the second one. I don't know about the third one, but I'm pretty sure that will hinder my platinum trophies. Up next, I'm still working through this one, and I've got the sequel. It's Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. I know they've done ones on the PS4 now as well, another remake, but and 2.5 Remix. A game that I never finished, which everyone's gonna hate me for, but I will go back to it. I was playing it with my girlfriend, and just finding the time to sit down and play it together is just a bit hard to do with working all the time, so just The Last of Us. But what I was playing, I did really enjoy. Next is Little Big Planet. Yeah, everyone knows what that is. Create your own little 2D platformer, pretty much. The next one in that was Little Big Planet Karting. Surprisingly, I really quite enjoyed this. It's in the same vein as the Mod Nation Racers kind of games, which I've got the PS Vita game on its way because they're shutting the servers down. So I want to finish that off before anything. One that I showed in my pickups video, so I'll just blitz past it. It's the collector's edition of Mag. Another game that I've started so many times and never finished. Only because I'm playing it, I play it with a mate, but he's moved away. So every time he comes back we think we'll start it, but we forget where we get to. We start it again, and it's not the kind of game you can leave and then come back to, I don't think. Which the case is pretty bad on it. Metal Gear Solid 4. So, I've got 5 as well, but I want to finish that one before 5. This series of racers that I've really enjoyed actually coming up next is Motorstorm. That one's a good game. Don't need to worry about trophies on it, there isn't any. I've always wanted to play the second one, but there's so many unobtainable trophies and it was next to impossible to complete anyway. But I will pick it up when I find it cheap. But I picked up this one, which was the one after, was Motorstorm Apocalypse. Finished this one. Really good game. Easy trophies on that. Another game that I bought that I've been wanting to play for ages, but I'm gonna have to dedicate a lot of time to, and I haven't found a great deal of time, was Ni no Kuni, but when somebody on the internet was selling it for like £6, I had to grab it. Another good one that's quite sought after for people, I got this really cheap actually, but is the Okami HD remaster. It came out in Japan only, physical. I think it might be on the store, I'm not sure, but yeah, good game. If you like kind of Zelda kind of games like that, you know, action adventures, good ones, yeah, go for it. Next up's another game I got cheap, which I've never played any of the games in this series, but it looks like it's a sequel to something, so I think I'll see if the original is on the PS3 first as well. It's One Piece Pirate Warriors 2. Yeah, not to be sold separately. Wonder what it came with. No idea. It's all in French? Yeah, it's all written in French. Next up's one that I bought because sadly I really enjoyed the 360 game, which was Quest for Cool Stuff, and then I played the Vita one, which was Day of Doofenshmirtz. So I grabbed this one to see if I'll enjoy it because it was cheap. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. It looks like it might play like a cross between the two that I just mentioned, I'm not sure. Up next I just got, because I've played the Sands of Time briefly and I thought I'd give them all a shot, and it was cheap. It was a Prince of Persia trilogy. So many games, so little time. Next up's a game that I actually really enjoyed. Completely, it's a bit weird, but it all takes place on like one stage and it's just interesting. I recommend to everyone who likes platformers is Puppeteer. Yeah, it's the way it moves along like a stage show, kind of like a puppet show. It's just really clever the way it's done. Another game that I've played and got all the trophies on. Nice easy game, this one. But also it's just awesome, so I recommend it to everyone. Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time. But yeah, it's just Ratchet and Clank, everyone knows what Ratchet and Clank is. Same as the next one coming up, which is Ratchet and Clank HD Trilogy. This I had such a hard time tracking down, and since I've bought it, I've found it everywhere for cheaper than I paid for it, which is kind of annoying. Alright, last little stack, what we got? Ridge Racer 7, I'm sad and really like the Ridge Racer game, so I had to give that one a shot. Yeah, it's just Ridge Racer. It's pretty much exactly the same as Ridge Racer 6 on the 360. This one was a bit of an odd one. I imported this when it first came out because it was going to be about a year afterwards it was going to come out in the UK. It cost me a bomb to get the entire thing, about 400 quid I think, but it was worth it at the time, which was Rock Band. Now it's in the bargain bin everywhere, but I loved it when I had it when it first came out. This one isn't an exclusive, same as Rock Band wasn't, but I found it cheap in a charity shop. I've got it on the 360, I haven't played it on there either yet, but I keep kicking myself for not starting it. Singularity. People say it's a bit in the same kind of vein as Bioshock. Next one, I haven't played it yet, but I need to, because it looks like the type of game that I'll enjoy, is Siren Blood Curse. I have a feeling it's a reimagining of the ones on the PS2, but it looks creepy. Give it a shot. Next up isn't an exclusive. I've completed it before on the 360 and the Xbox One, so I found it cheap in a charity shop and thought I will grab this and play through it again on the PS3 when I've got space on my PS3. Which is Sleeping Dogs. Love this game. Up next is another trilogy game. I'm playing through one of the ones on the Vita at the moment, which isn't in the trilogy. It was one of the ones released as a standalone for the Vita or the PS3, but I will go back and start these. I've played these on the PS2 before, so it's not too bad. But they're great platformers. It's the Sly trilogy. I'm hoping that they're all on the disc on this. I know on the Vita, the third one's a download code, but I'm pretty sure on the... It looks like they're all on the disc on this one. So, I'm hoping so. Up next is another game which I've played on the Vita. I haven't got all the trophies on the Vita, but I have finished the story, which is a great game. Another little, it's a time travel, like visual novel, which is great. Which is Steins Gate. I only grabbed it because it was really cheap, since I already had it, but why not? I'd always double up on the trophies. Next one I bought after playing the Ferrari Challenge game, but I burnt myself out on that, so I never finished this one. But I will go back to it. It's Supercar Challenge. It's exactly the same game, just without the Ferraris. Next one I bought just because I needed a case, then I ended up finding a spare case and never using it, which was just TV Superstars. It requires a move. I don't have a move. Another game that collection of games I want to crack on with at some point, but I'm currently working through Tales of Hearts R, is the Tales of Graces F, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, like, collection. It was cheap, so I had to grab it. Up next is a collection of games that everyone's played, which I seem against everyone and enjoy the first one the most. Which is Uncharted. I love this one. Everyone else's favourite one is the second one. And there's the third one, which was probably the only one I did in pretty much one sitting. But I've done the fourth one as well. I don't know why. I like the creepy twist at the end of the first one. It's nothing special, but it just goes well. Up next was I bought this because I needed some change for something. I can't remember what it was, and it was like 99p, so I grabbed it. It's Dark Kingdom. No idea what it is. It's an American copy, but doesn't matter. PS3's region free. Up next is a game that they've recently remastered on the PS4, which I intend on getting. It's a tactical RPG. It's Valkyria Chronicles. And the final game I found for cheap, but I know takes about 1,000 hours to finish if you want to go for it. And there's a sequel to it as well. I think it's another one. It's another one by level 5. It is another one by level 5. Which is White Knight Chronicles. And that is my PS3 collection. It's not as impressive as some of the other ones, but it's not too bad. As I said, I only go for mainly the exclusives or something a bit more obscure. So yeah, always adding to it. I don't think I've got anything recently. I've got another pickups video coming soon. I didn't think I was gonna, but I've been able to grab a lot more stuff this month than I thought I did. So I've got one more thing coming in the post. When that turns up, I will do the video. Until then, bye.